Alright, today I'm going to talk about some HVAC problems, kind of workflow, how you should go through to diagnose those problems. Pretty much I'm doing it in 3 areas. Pretty much if the AC system, if the whole system is not working, if the air handler is working, the outside is not, or if the outside is not working and the air handler is. So I'm going to basically go through those 3 different scenarios, and the first one I'm going to tackle, of course, whole system is dead. Dead meaning, no power to the T-stat, or can't get anything to come on. Basically, what that's going to tell you is you're not getting power to the T-stat. And there's 2 different scenarios there. Some properties have batteries for the T-stat, some are hardwired. This one's hardwired. It has power coming to the common. Some of the properties have batteries. If it's hardwired, it's going to be a little bit easier to diagnose because the T-stat will be dead like this. If it has batteries, it's going to display the temperature, and it's still not going to work. So basically, what you've got to do, I'm going to talk about the scenario of hardwired and it's totally dead. First thing you want to do is, or the general things you want to do, this particular system, if it has a float switch for the condensation line, it's going to kill the power to the T-stat for the whole system. That would be the first thing I would check. The next thing, if it doesn't have a float switch, I would check power coming into the air handler. If you don't have power coming in the air handler, then go to the breaker box. Make sure you've got, for one, the breaker is not tripped, and that's why you don't have power. If it is on and you don't have power to the air handler, probably have a bad breaker, or you may have something going on with the bus bar and the service panel. Next scenario would be if you have batteries, it's displaying system not doing. You kind of do the same thing. It's going to go through the power. It's just going to be a little bit harder to diagnose with the batteries in, because it's going to give you a false sense of something going on. One of the things that you definitely want to check is the transformer. If you've got power coming into the air handler, but you don't have 24 volts coming out of the transformer, the transformer is bad. Best way to do on a transformer, if you do have to change it out, one of the tricks that I do is, this is a transformer that we have here. It's a basic one. You basically have high voltage coming in, low voltage coming out. This has 4 wires. This is kind of multi-voltage one, pretty common. Common is going to be the white. Then you can then select, and this one is 120, 208, 240. 240 is what we use, so it's orange, so I would use orange and white. I then hook these up to my high voltage side. Low voltage side, which is 24 volts, is coming out the back side. One thing you always want to do in these older systems is put in an inline fuse. The new systems with the boards, the good men have boards. It's going to have a little 3 amp fuse in there, so if the transformer it blows before it blows the transformer. Older system doesn't have the fuse, so one of the best practices that you should do is if you're in there, put an inline fuse. It's real easy. Basically, cut one of your 24 volt wires off. You're going to get 2 of the female connectors. Put one side on that side, one side on the other side. You're just going to get a spade and connect, hook it in there. Get some electrical tape, tape it up. There's your inline fuse. So if it's going to blow that fuse before it blows that transformer again. It's a lot easier to change the fuse than it is to change the transformer. Once you get the transformer changed, it should give you voltage everywhere, and should be good to go. If you do have voltage to the transformer. Let's check the cap for the blower motor. That's another reason why this one, the blower motor wouldn't be running. Now, of course, your outside condenser would be running at the same time. So your best thing is to hear, listen, your eyes to see, check those different things. You should be able, a lot of times, I don't only have to get your gauges out. A lot of times you can check, you know what's going on just by listening and looking and seeing what's going on with the system. I'm going to go outside. That's pretty much the scenario. It's basic, but those kind of steps for inside. I'm going to go outside and we'll look at the condenser for the scenario of air handlers running, systems going, but the outside's not, and of course it's not cooling. It's hot inside the apartment, which is probably the most common